Afternoon light bends over plates and pages. I sit where the cracked windowsill remembers us. Silence hangs thicker than smoke after thunder. Your faded handprint chills the glass between worlds. You were the storm, I was the harbor. Now without your chaos I drift nowhere. I learned that letting go was loving, but loving you still lives beneath that truth. Every quiet breath carries your almost name. My chest is healing around what never stayed. I learned that letting go was loving. Spoke like strangers crossing a broken bridge. Every word a step, every silence distance. You guarded your heart, I guarded my doubts. We built our fortress from unspoken apologies. Your eyes always slip past mine at twilight. I reached for you, then hid my reaching. I learned that letting go was loving, but loving you still lives beneath that truth. Nights replay our arguments in softer tones. I edit every line, still lose you. I learned that letting go was loving. Watched you fade down the narrow hallway. No begging, just ribs aching like fragile glass. The door clicked shut on all our almost. Space grew wider than any spoken distance. I wanted new words, gentler, braver, honest. All I had left was open in my hands. Days blur the rooms, forget your footsteps slowly. Your laughter lingers quieter, kinder in memory. I forgive the boy who could not soften. I forgive the girl who could not stay. I learned that letting go was loving. Now the truth sits lighter on my shoulders. Our fleeting joy still glows in past tense. It was enough, just not forever enough. I walk forward, carrying what we almost were. I learned that letting go was loving. Somewhere inside the silence, I finally exhale. Twilight leans heavy on this splintered pier. Boards breathe beneath me, slow and uncertain. Water keeps folding over its own mistakes. Your laughter lingers somewhere in that hush. Every memory feels like a fading photograph. I keep reaching through it, always too late. We were only truly happy in those moments when the waves erased everything unspoken, when your silence still felt like company. Now those evenings slip straight through my hands. We were only truly happy in those moments. Mornings replay in a small kitchen light, coffee steam rising with our easy laughter. See where my quiet turned into distance, how my careful words still cut you open. I held my tongue, afraid to break us, but fear became the sharpest fracture. We were only truly happy in those moments when our hearts align without translation, when nothing needed fixing or forgiveness. Now I trace the outlines of my hesitations. We were only truly happy in those moments. The last night your eyes were tired searching, air hung heavy thick with unsaid apologies. Every word I swallowed built another wall. Kindness without courage left you standing alone. Love slipped quiet between what we meant, said. Regret settled softly, but it settled deep. Stars burn patient over the darkening water. I whisper your name into the cool air. I see now love needs more than gentleness. Two hearts must learn the same fragile language. We were only truly happy in those moments when the world shrank down to fading light, when your hand found mine without a question. Now acceptance tastes like salt on my tongue. I carry you softly, not to call you back. We were only truly happy in those moments. I let the waves keep what we couldn't. Raindrops, slow paths, matching my unraveling thoughts. Your hand in mine once melted all that silence. Sunlight for seconds, through our long gray months. Even then, something fragile trembled between us. I taste the words, but they never land. Every truth I swallow comes back heavier. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds, close enough to hear each other breathing. Too scared to ask for anything more, holding on like it could change our ending. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds. Sentences broke right where they mattered most. You turned away just as I leaned forward. I kept rehearsing courage in the quiet afterward. We needed care neither of us could get. Walk that line between wishing and release, afraid of kindness, afraid of losing you. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds, close enough to hear each other breathing. I searched for right words, right touch, salvation. Love played like a film we couldn't change. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds. Twilight bled down, and I sat with absence. Your missing smile hurt more than winter. I whispered confessions to an empty room. Nothing answered, yet something finally eased inside. Some bonds live only in brief, bright moments. Will alone can't keep them from dissolving. Now I let the memories wash through slowly. Warmth and cold are tangled, but still gentle, no fury left. Just a quiet, worn sorrow. Acceptance walks in, soft-footed, almost kind. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds, close enough to hear each other breathing. I'll carry those small eternities without blame, letting go so we both can stop hurting. Some loves just live as beautifully unfinished stories. Maybe we were only ever meant for seconds. I'll close the storm out and keep you softly. Gray afternoon leaking through the crooked blinds. I'm on the windowsill, hands wrapped around nothing. Your empty seat is staring straight through me. Our broken rhythm hangs heavy in this room. I keep asking where the distance really started. Every answer feels like another quiet apology. I loved you best in the silence between our words. When your hand found mine without explaining. When the air turned soft, almost forgiving those brief sparks, pretending we were unbroken. I loved you best in the silence between our words. I replay the talks where I said almost nothing, choosing gentle quiet, thinking it meant kindness. Every pause became another tiny misunderstanding. We drifted further, still pretending we were safe. I swallowed hurt so you would not vanish, never seeing how that slowly erased me. I loved you best in the silence between our words, where laughter slipped out despite the tension, where morning smiles stitched over unraveling nights. Love felt whole though everything else was fading. I loved you best in the silence between our words. I thought loving softly could still hold us together. Thought avoiding blame might keep you from leaving, but love was fragile, not the harbor I wanted. Two broken hearts hiding inside careful sentences. Happiness lived only in moments we were close. Everything else eroded quietly, and we watched. Now the space you filled feels wide, almost clean. I'm not angry, just tired and strangely free. I see how clumsy my tenderness once was, hoping next time I speak, before I disappear. I loved you best in the silence between our words. Now I hear the truths we never whispered. Love taught me feeling, but not how to stay. Taught me letting go can still be gentle. I carry you as a soft, unfinished lesson. I loved you best in the silence between our words. The quiet settles, and I finally let it. Late night diner hum, burned coffee and old regrets. City flickers outside, distant hearts that don't answer. I sit with memories, sharper than the silence. Our fragile moments echo somewhere I can't reach. Every quiet breath asks what I miss. Every heartbeat whispers, this is on. We were only free when we touched. Between our words, the distance kept growing. I saved my voice, you saved your anger. Love stood trembling, never fully spoken. We were only free when we touched. tripped on fears we never named. I held back, scared to push you away. You walked off feeling I never tried. If I'd spoken sooner, would you stay? Or just break sooner in brighter light? We were only free when we touched. We stumbled through half-finished conversations. I wore restraint like some careful armor. You heard absence where I meant devotion. We were only free when we touched. The night you left, silence roared between us. I didn't shout, I just watched you vanish. Hope flickered out, the tired candles surrendering. I learned love can't fail without villain. Two hearts so close, still missing each other. No blame left, just this gentle sadness. Now I fold us into my quiet places. A secret ache I'm learning to release. Some stories shine because they end early. I'm practicing goodbye without erasing you. We were only free when we touched. Now I honor what we couldn't carry. I let our almost love rest, not bleed. Acceptance hums where all the questions lived. I walk forward softer but not undone. We were only free when we touched. Sentences behind and breathe. Streetlight slips through blinds, stretching shadows across me. Your laughter used to hang here, holding everything still. Now every quiet memory cuts like broken glass. I breathe around the emptiness, afraid the pieces move. I keep listening for you in this silence. Every heartbeat feels like a question unanswered. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. We spoke different hearts, same lonely language. I reached for you, my words fell short. Love sparked bright, but never warmed the distance. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. I replay that last night, your eyes far away. My sentences stumble, building bridges that never reach. Snowfall misunderstandings piled up, soft but heavy. I held on gently, still pushed you further. I wanted to stay without breaking us. You were already leaving without slamming doors. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. We spoke different hearts, same lonely language. We stood together, still lost in translation. Our brightest moments couldn't light the in-between. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. Tears came quiet, like truth finally breathing out. No heroes here, no one to forgive. Love was real, just not made to last. I fold our days carefully, edges facing inward. Your echo lingers soft underneath this calm ache. I'm learning to remember you without bleeding. Seasons shift outside and inside I follow slowly. I stopped fixing what was already turning ghost. The hardest loss was the future we imagined. I bowed to it gently and stepped back. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. Our hands once fit, but futures slipped through. We were whole, only pressed against each other. That small happiness still deserves a quiet reverence. I carry it lighter now, not less true. Sometimes letting go is the kindest way. In this stillness, I finally let you rest. Evening leans against this old familiar corner. Dim light flickers where our laughter once settled. My hands hover, afraid to break the silence. Your empty chair feels louder than my breathing. Every memory stirs, then slowly folds itself smaller. I'm learning to sit with what we weren't. Maybe some love stories are meant to be short. We only held happiness in fleeting seconds, soft brushes of hands, pretending cracks weren't there. We mistook fragile moments for something unbreakable. Maybe some love story are meant to be short. sentence I never finished. How my courage stalled right behind my teeth. You needed words, I offered quiet hesitation. Our gentle questions hardened into distant walls. I see my silence standing between us now. Not as villain, just an unfinished language. Maybe some love story meant to be short. Nights I reached out, my voice still trembling, kindness red as weakness. I pulled away, small wounds deepened where we left them unnamed. Maybe some love stories are meant to be short. Our last conversation shattered before it started. We stared across that growing, clumsy distance. I wanted to hold you, I faltered. Neither of us knew how to cross. Happiness lived briefly, then unraveled slowly. I ache, but anger never learned my name. Now the evening gathers, gentle round my shoulders. I trace my fears, not your mistakes. Some stories burn bright, then quietly surrender. I'm letting ours rest without turning cruel. Maybe some love story are meant to be short. Our eyes leaving shadow where we once lingered. Your absence hums soft, almost like a blessing. There's a fragile hope in what I've learned. Someday I'll hold love with steadier hands. Maybe some love stories are meant to be short. Into night, carrying what didn't last lightly. You were laughing once, thought every frozen corner. Now the air hums heavy, waiting to shatter. I reach for warmth, it curls away like smoke. My voice stays low, but my chest is roaring. Every breath feels like bracing for collision. I'm tired of flinching before you even speak. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. Your questions cut deep, but never found truth. You talk like courtrooms, I stand here uncalled. I swallow the fire, pretending I'm still gentle. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. You throw sharp concern, dressed up as kindness. Words land sideways, careless, never quite honest, I wanna ask why you keep pushing, the questions choke. I drink them like poison. This distance grows louder than any shouted blame. I'm angry at miles we never met. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. You say it's worry, but it burns my name. I hold my ground, still begging for tenderness. Loving you feels like walking through crossfire. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. That night my voice turned cold, unfamiliar still. No storm, just edges, every syllable a verdict. I said I was tired of being misunderstood, tired of carrying your silence like a sentence. Your eyes finally showed fear instead of fury. Two soldiers blinking, realizing no one's winning. Now I trace the outline where you ended. Anger sits bitter, but it keeps me standing. Maybe love was never meant to be painless. Maybe surviving means stepping away from flames. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. Enough to name the fire between us. I won't let this war define my softness. I'll keep the warmth, leave the burning behind. Some endings taste bitter, but they free breathing. I loved you enough to hurt, not disappear. I walk away carrying what tenderness remains.
Late sun on the pier, shadows on water, cool breeze tastes like salt and distance. I close my eyes, searching softer memories. Your quiet laughter lives where daylight's fading. Every step away from you feels gentle. Still something in my chest stays listening. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. We were only truly happy when together. Invisible walls rose higher with every careful silence. I held my tongue, you guarded your breathing. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. replay our words, the spaces between sentences. Kept my questions small, afraid of breaking peace. You built your own defenses from tired frustration. We both mistook our silence for kindness. I reached for you, my voice stayed hidden. Your eyes looked past me, still somehow forgiven. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. We were only truly happy when together. In that dark apartment, you slept so distant. I whispered your name, the quiet answer. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. I was a ghost beside your breathing, holding you close, yet never quite touching. No fight to lose, only time dissolving. Our brightest hours never learned a language. Still, those brief harmonies burn like fragile stars. I keep them safe without asking for more. Days moved on with a gentle heaviness. I stopped chasing reasons, started naming feelings. Not failure, just two hearts without translation. I forgive us both for not knowing how. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. We were only truly happy when together. Now the sky bleeds orange into purple surrender. I turn from the pier, still change forever. I fold this sadness into something almost tender. Some loves unravel softly, leaving quiet acceptance behind. I walk away, carrying what was real.
Late evening hum, a cafe almost sleeping. Cold coffee scent clings to my breathing. Empty chairs echo where your laughter settled. I sit with words I never leveled. Every quiet second stretches, turns unforgiving. I taste the things we left unforgiven. We were only happy when we were close. Apart we shook like small unending earthquakes. Your distant voice cut softer than heartbreak. I reached for peace, found your silence only. We were only happy when we were close. Our fragile rhythm, distance always breaking time. Your sharpened sentences, my questions out of rhyme. We never found the bridge between our meanings. We let each bruise rewrite our feelings. I whispered I don't want us hurting. You answered with a canyon never closing. We were only happy when we were close. When you were near, every shadow softened. Apart we turned to strangers, half forgotten. No one took the blame. We just retreated. We were only happy when we were close. Days blurred past, I folded into grieving, replaying every goodbye we never were speaking. I held our failures gently, like fragile glass. No villain here, just love we let collapse. I learned how trust dissolves without understanding, how fear can wound without ever plan. Now I pack your memory with slow hands, tiny sparks of joy, our brief promised land. My heart stays tender, open where you vanish. The ache grows quiet, bitterness banished. We were only happy when we were close. Now the truth is all I carry. Love without understanding can never marry. I let you go, keep our brightness. Soft peace grows slowly through the emptiness. We were only happy when we were close. Sometimes the kindest ending is letting go. Rooftop edge, city flickers like unfinished thoughts. Streets are swallowed, but my mind won't sleep. Your hand in mine once softened every sound. Now only quiet fragments echo where you were. I keep rehearsing words I never said. Every silence feels louder than my voice. I'm learning how to lose you gently, not with shouting, just this aching calm. Your leaving taught my hands to open. Love lived in moments, not forever. I'm learning how to lose you gently. Cracked apart through things we never voiced. Misunderstandings creeping in like winter drafts. I tried to reach you, kept hitting hidden walls. Never sure if I was cowardly or kind. I held my questions like they might break you. Now they just sit here breaking me instead. I'm learning how to lose you gently, not with shouting, just this aching calm. You're leaving, taught my hands to open. Love lived in moments, not forever. I'm learning how to lose you gently. That night our words collided, never cruel, just sharp. I said I wasn't the man you needed. You looked away and everything unfinished shattered. The space between us screamed without a sound. I didn't beg, I just let sorrow breathe. Let the city carry what we couldn't hold. Now I carry this bruised heart like soft glass, trying to keep my kindness not disappear. Some love survives only inside scattered seconds. Sometimes moments are all we ever get. I'm learning how to lose you gently, letting go without unloving what we were. Your distance turned my fear into a compass, teaching these tired hands a different tenderness. Love lived in moments, and that's my forever. I'm learning how to lose you gently. I rise slow into the night, a little softer. Night air on my skin, porch boards breathing slow, street lamp flickers distant, like a thought letting go. Your last words hang inside, thin and unfinished. I trace my breath, counting everything we diminished. Every silence feels like something I misread. I stand here wondering which sentence killed us. We were only kind when we were close. Farther than your heartbeat, I lost my meaning. Every careful phrase still cut you open. Love turned foreign like a language breaking. We were only kind when we were close. Afternoon light in your hair, you half smiled. For a second, the world forgot to be cruel. Then one wrong word and your shoulders tightened. We kept slipping on feelings we never named. I reached for you, you leaned in the distance. I saw your hurt, never learned its grammar. We were only kind when we were close. In those brief seconds
seconds, nothing else existed outside them. Every pause grew heavier, we tried so hard, still bruised each other. We were only kind when we were close. It wasn't hatred, just clumsy hands on tenderness. I held them open to the dark tonight, wanting you to see I meant you gentle, but wanting softly still left the same scars. Some love just teaches how deep you feel, then leaves you holding the echo alone. Tomorrow I'll wake with your warmth still lingering. Today I let the sadness settle on her right. I name my failings without turning them knives. Acceptance arrives like rain, quiet and honest. We were only kind when we were close. Now I thank the days we almost managed. I released the rest into this cold sky. Love wasn't enough to make us careful. Still you showed me how wide my heart opens. We were only kind when we were close. I turned from the porch, carrying the gentle parts. Crack bench by the river, autumn breathing slow. City lights unravel, drowning in the flow. Your laughter haunts the ripples, faint and thin. Empty space beside me, where you'd been. Silence used to hold us, gentle and kind. Now it's a chasm swallowing my mind. We were only alive in the brief breaths when your softened eyes met my uncertain calm, when every whispered dream felt safe to speak. Before our quiet hearts learned how to bruise, we were only alive in the brief breaths. Our fingers once fit perfectly, steady and sure. Soft brushes in the twilight, fragile and pure. But weeds of misunderstanding choked our ground. Words twisted, left unspoken, never found. I kept my voice careful, trying not to break. You heard only distance, not the fear I'd take. We were only alive in the brief breaths, when silence felt like shelter, not a wound. When resting in your nearness answered everything, before frustration fractured every careful phrase. We were only alive in the brief breaths. Rain begins to fall, wasn't saving every fall from the edge. It was watching us slip, learning not to beg. Now the river moves on, steady, unafraid. My heart feels heavy, but the anger's frayed. Some souls just brush close, then drift apart. Your fleeting warmth still flickers through my heart. We were only alive in the brief breaths, when our shadows touch without needing to hide, when almost was enough to call it home. Now I bless the nearness, not the loss. Those fragile hours will have to be enough. We were only alive in the brief breaths. I rise with the river, carrying what remains. Early spring chill leaking through the glass, neon reflections bleeding down the street. I sit where we first learned to breathe, your empty chair still holding our quiet. Out there we shattered what we protected here. Never learned to speak before it broke. We only ever found peace when we touched. Every silence outside turned sharp between us. I held my words like something that might shatter. You heard the distance hiding in my throat. We only ever found peace when we touched. Rain on your coat, we leave the shelter, steps apart, our voices rising without reason. Misunderstandings wrapped tighter around our hearts. Love felt close, yet never close enough. I kept choosing softer words, they still cut. You kept turning away, tired of guessing. We only ever found peace when we touched. In that dim room, you packed in silence, suitcase breathing louder than any accusation. I whispered, wishing I could hold us together. We only ever found peace where we touched. Footsteps leaving echo longer than the door. I searched my reflection for the man you needed. Found only someone kind, afraid, unfinished. No anger for you, only my
myself in pieces. Some words arrive too late to matter. Some hearts learn slower than their own pain. Now my hand drifts toward your number nightly. I stop knowing apologies, can't rewind understanding. Those small soft mornings were my brightest hours. I cradle them gently instead of calling. We only ever found peace when we touch. I'm learning to live with the quiet distance, letting go without erasing what was real, holding the warmth without begging it back, hoping we both find the language we lack. We only ever found peace when we touched. I breathe and try to be gentle with myself. Dim light humming over this untouched place. Your chair's still waiting, but it's just space. Silence breathing where your laughter used to fall. I sit inside it, feeling almost nothing at all. I search for hurt and come up empty, like something buried too deep to rescue. I learned to live where we stop feeling, where echoes fade before they even call. Our brightest morning sealed behind clear distance. Your name moves through me without resistance. I learned to live where we stop feeling. Morning replay, our fingers brushing over heat. That tiny contact made the noise retreat. Now those scenes pass like someone else's life, soft, unreachable on the other side. I trace each pause, each almost spoken word, but nothing cuts, it's quiet, undisturbed. I learned to live where we stop feeling, where echoes fade before they even call. Conversations blur into a single silence, every almost love dissolving into quiet. I learned to live where we stop feeling. I scroll through lines that once drew blood, each message weightless, drained of flood. No spark of anger, no rush of pleading, just eyes moving over hollow meaning. Our story closed itself without an ending, no final scene, just everything suspending. Days slide past without your shadow showing. No reaching out, no blame still growing. What we were rests somewhere small inside, too fragile now for me to touch or try. I learned to live where we stop feeling, where echoes fade before they even call. No fireworks, no last collapsing moment, just distance hardening into quiet stone. Protected, stranded in this neutral weather, I learned to live where we stop feeling. So I let the quiet stay and stay.